Today's Gospel from Mark 7:31 to 37 tells us about a miracle that reflects an ancient ritualistic way of healing. Typically, Jesus healed people by laying his hands on them. But to this passage, he does something different to heal a man who is both deaf and has a speech impediment. Jesus takes the man aside away from the crowds. He places his fingers in man's ears, spits, and then touches his tongue. He looks up to heaven, sighs deeply, and says, "Ephata," which means, "be opened." Immediately, the man's ears are opened, and he begins to speak clearly. Let's focus on two important lessons from this story: the interconnectedness of our experiences of grace and the power of Jesus' touch. So first, our experience of God's grace are always interconnectedness. Mark tells us that man's ears were opened, and then his speech impediment was healed. There's a natural connection between hearing and speaking. Because the man could not hear, he had no experience of how words were pronounced. So he couldn't imitate the correct sounds and found it hard to speak. Once he could hear, he was finally able to speak well. In our spiritual lives, we often come to the Lord asking for favors, blessings, or cures. And when these specific graces don't come, we feel frustrated. But maybe there's something more fundamental we need to ask the Lord for first. Personally, I've asked the Lord to heal some physical illness, but it didn't happen. Perhaps because there was a deeper grace I needed first. Maybe I needed to confess my sins, spend time in prayer, or go through some form of spiritual cleansing. When that happens, the favors I ask for often follow. This what align what the Bible means when it says, God gives us grace upon grace. Some graces are foundational, setting the stage for other blessings to follow. The second point is the power of Jesus' touch, which emphasized in the story. Jesus' touch heals, because when he touches people, he conveys God's love and power. To be touched by Jesus is to be touched by God. But let's remember that Jesus' touch isn't just something from the past. It is for today too. He still wants to touch and heal people now. But he does so through the church, through us, you and me, and all the baptized. He works through simple acts of kindness, like someone helping an elderly woman cross the street, a nurse or a doctor tending to a patient with care, an employee performing their duties with joy, or a priest offering forgiveness and guidance in the sacrament of confession. Every day, we have the opportunity to greet each other with love through the words or actions. Jesus shows us that true love is rooted in God and expressed in how we love others. To truly love God or anyone, we must listen with our hearts, especially for those deeper graces we need to seek and receive before the other blessings can come. And to love authentically, we need to be alert for opportunities where Christ can use us as instrument of His love, touching others through our words and deeds. Amen.